Adventurers make plans. Worlds deal with the fallout. The folks at Good Plans, Bad Dice present a new live play podcast using the Dungeons & Dragons 2024 5e rules. We blend chaos, sincerity, dark moments, and inclusive storytelling. Welcome to the world of Good Plans, Bad Dice.
Previously on Fractured Fables, the party sat down with the SWU for a few friendly interviews, and everything immediately went off the rails. Everett and IP freely locked horns hard enough to spark what might be the beginning of a full-blown arch-nemesis arc. Ami tried to smooth things over, which naturally made everything worse. Trust? Absolutely not gained. Charlie was barely hanging on, juggling Morty's running commentary, Fred and Drick's cryptic muttering, and the horrifying realization that the party may be shifting from victims of an attack to suspects who robbed a dead therapist. Siddy, pushed past her limit, finally cracked under the pressure and had the long overdue breakdown of the century, promptly followed by a sleep spell courtesy of the authorities. Ami spiraled into conspiracy theory overdrive and joined her friend in magical nap jail. Just when things hit the breaking point, the door opened. Two men walked in, one a stranger, and one very familiar face. Did the man who killed Lem just show up to save the party from prison? How does he know Everett? And perhaps most concerning of all, is Everett fallen for a lawyer? Find out next on Fractured Fables.
We have Ami, Siddy, you are fully asleep for this. You do not hear this. Sleep does not give you magical hearing. I'm sorry. Welcome to the party. Charlie, you see first, I think, because Everett is probably more focused on who walked in the door. You had just spoken with IP about these ghosts. He said he didn't know what you were talking about. You knew he was full of shit with your role. You see a look on IP's face because this gentleman did say that he always enjoys seeing her and dealing with her. However,
you mean lukewarm? I'm so sorry. Is it lukewarm or is it IP?
Lukewarm, sorry.
Okay.
No. Lukewarm, you know, is full of shit about Ghost. You see IP right now, who this gentleman's voice who just said that he always enjoys seeing her and loves talking with her, but they will no longer be speaking with any of his clients. You also recognize this gentleman. Might be weird how he's talking to Everett, but you recognize him from this morning as the person who murdered your therapist. And you see the look on IP's face go to one of barely controlled rage. She looks insanely angry, and you kind of see Lukewarm and Julian trying to like get her to calm down a little bit. And he just like holds up a finger for the whole room and just says like, right, let's all take a minute before we speak. I'm going to go ahead and let the wizards escort themselves outside. Go ahead and keep the wards up so no one can hear. I would like to speak with my clients in private as I have invoked their rights to power of attorney. They were hired already by me. Well, they weren't hired by me. They were hired by someone else. I was hired by... Fuck me, I can't talk. Sorry, let's try that again. I was hired by someone to come help these ladies out. As IP, I'm not saying that you always get your man or your woman, but I question the ways in which you do it. And with that, IP looks like she wants to lunge at this man. And they kind of, Lukewarm and Julian just kind of start to lead her out, being like, you know, this isn't our first time dealing with this. And beforehand, Julian kind of stops and like slips you a card and looks at you and goes, ma'am, when your friend wakes up, if she's maybe calmed down, she might consider if she's interested in getting that hot dish with me or not. Just have her get in touch with me. And then he turns and the three of them leave as they were asked to leave. You fucking knew that was coming. And so you see that and they head out and the tall kind of skinny guy looks and is like, well, I didn't expect for most of people to be sleeping. And we're going to need the healers to go ahead and leave as well, but they look like they're pretty okay. And Cletus goes, well, I'm going to have probably take Mr. Jeremy with me. He's going to need a bit more extensive healing than what he got here. Is that okay? Or is he part of your clientele? And the guy goes, While Mr. Jeremy is technically someone I will be considering part of my clientele, I will allow you to take him to go get a bit more healing, as he probably needs it in this point. And he'll just kind of smile and give a nod, and you'll see Cletus and Ada kind of get Mr. Jeremy out, leaving Glinda behind. And Glinda just like looks over and again looks at them both and goes, for fuck's sake, how long does it take people to show up nowadays? And the skinny guy with the book goes, all right, Glinda, let's talk about all of this, and kind of starts going over to speak with her. And a gentleman that Everett is well aware of as one Liam Hudson just smiles this like wonderful, very cocky grin between Everett and Charlie and goes, oh, ladies, we just keep running into each other today. How is that happening? Just how very serendipitous for all of this to happen. I always get excited to see one of you. The other three of you are quite new to me. Quite new. But this is a wonderful day. Would you like to wake your friends up, or do the two of you want to speak before you go to that point? I'll just kind of wait.
Everett will hold up a finger and just be like, give us one moment, please. And then like grab Charlie and like just pull her in so she can whisper in her ear. Just be like, I need you to trust me. Do you trust me?
Charlie, meanwhile, is like, maybe I can, use those new dagger skills that I don't have yet and throw one at him.
Please don't.
Oh god, I was looking at spells. When she says that, Charlie.
I promise I will explain after this, but right now we need to get out of the situation that we have gotten ourselves into. Can you trust me for just a little bit? Just a little bit. Please. I don't think you've ever heard Everett say please sincerely.
Yes, I will trust you and I will keep my mouth shut.
Thank you. Can you help me convince the other two to go along with this for at least a little while? At least let me speak with our new friend, she says, gritting her teeth.
I mean, aren't they still asleep?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not going to wake them up right now.
No, we are not. This is... Thank you, Charlie. Sincerely.
She stands there and like crosses her arms. She's just trying not to throw magic at his face.
Yep. Everett looks a little bit abashed. Like, I don't love that I know this person and I don't love that this is happening, but Everett's also a survivor and doesn't want to go to jail. So
fair. Neither does Charlie. So
exactly. So Everett will do what Everett needs to do, basically. So Everett
Charlie,
will walk over. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I was going to say, Charlie, one thing you do hear is because, besides Fred and Drick in the background making noise, I was going to say they haven't stopped. You hear Morty just be like, oh, Charlie, well, the amount of handsome men who have come in this place today is amazing. Look at that jawline, Charlie. I wonder if his buns are as tight as the other ones. Sorry, Charlie, I get excited. I've been alone a long time. But, Charlie, I would recommend not using your wizard skills. As a trained professional myself, that man will kill everyone in this room with a snap of his fingers. He's much stronger than all of you. I don't know what he is, but he's possibly not a man.
Charlie is standing there with her arms still crossed, and she just like gives a slight nod or like a full nod depending on if Everett had turned or not, and she just is silent because she's like, okay, I can't deal with Morty right now because I can't talk out loud and I can't go to my Motorola Sand and Stone. Like, yeah,
You don't think that'll work every time? You think eventually someone's going to see through that? I would say this is probably as Everett has started to kind of make her way to this gentleman. And he will smile and he will put his arms out for a hug and just be like, oh, darling, I'm so glad to see you again. I have missed you so much.
Yep. I'm trying to think how much. Clearly, Everett can be quite duplicitous, in case you hadn't noticed. I'm trying to decide how much of this would have come out in therapy. I think she was actually being quite honest in therapy. So you kind of see her whole demeanor shift a little bit. And she pastes on a great big smile and walks right into his arms and goes along with it.
Perfect. Gives a hug and he leans in your ear to where like he probably leans down because I think Everett's shorter than he is. And he leans in and he just says, right, dear, in all the years and all the things that I have done for you, this is the biggest one you have asked of me, and the amount that you are going to owe me for keeping all of you and your fucking friends out of prison is more than you can ever imagine. I've already done everything you have asked, and I have continued doing it since you disappeared 5 fucking years ago. And you have left me to deal with all of this, and then you come back, and in one day, you fuck everything up. And then he just kind of leans back, and Charlie, you just see a big smile on his face, and he's like, right, now we're going to work together with my buddy here, Professor Leland, and he is going to help all of you understand what is really going on in this city. Now, if you could please keep your friends from losing their shit when you wake them up, that would be very appreciated, because unfortunately, even though I took precautions this morning with your therapist to keep the 4 of you out of it, you seem to have a wonderful ability to get drawn into all of this. And now you all get to join the rest of us with knowing what's really fucking happening in this place and what's really wrong. Now, dear Charlie, Everett, and Charlie, I can send Morty home if you would like me to. If not, that is fine. He can stay with us. Morty, please stop talking about other men's asses without their consent. Consent is sexy. And then he's just going to say, if you can keep your friends quiet when they wake up, it would be appreciated. Glinda is already aware, as is Leland. We can all have a quick little meetup and then figure out how to get you all the fuck out of here. Is that fine? Can you deal with that? Can you keep the 2 crazy ones at least semi-calm?
Why are we going to wake them up?
He's just going to stare at you like you're a fucking psychopath and be like, so your friends that they cast sleep on, you're just going to leave them asleep and not let them learn what is really going on in this city? Also, one of them I have to explain something to, and she's really going to be pissed off, but that's going to be so much more fun for me.
I'll take Ami.
I dropped for a bit.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Sorry. You'll take Ami? Okay.
I'll take Ami.
Charlie's going to take Siddy.
Matt. Okay. Yep. I mean, the whole party has to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. I think she's still, I think she is in shock because, like, fuck's sake, like, he can see Morty and, you know.
Morty looks fucking shocked as hell, just so you're aware. Morty's got the look like, what? Like, no one's seen him but you, right? And so he's just like, he goes from looking so shocked to, like, trying to fix his hair and, like, make himself look better. Like, he's trying to kind of just be like, well, maybe this guy will give me permission to talk about his buns. I don't know. Like, he's just kind of given that, like, he's trying his best, you know. He's not been seen in a while. I will say we'll probably roll to see who goes first, but I will say, Everett, as you start to walk away, he just kind of says, And darling, your deal that you're making with me, you cannot back out of. If I do this for you, you will take this deal, right?
I don't think I have much choice, do I?
No. But then again, don't worry. I didn't either in the beginning. And he just kind of lets you both go on your way. Just smiles. He looks very nice. He's changed his suit, by the way, which is fucking weird. Like, how he's had time to do that, I don't know. But he's once again, he seems like constantly he's in the freshest outfits.
She would like to whisper in his ear if she can before she goes over to Ami.
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, if I could make one more small request, I would love nothing more than to have an opportunity for us to chat and catch up on what I am clearly missing in regards to you. And just kiss him on the cheek and then go and talk to Ami.
Oh, Charlie, you just saw this too. Oh, Everett, you betrayer. Sorry, I'm just being a dick. That's me being an asshole.
Stop stirring the pot!
I love it. Well, perfect. Were you trying to lie to him?
Reaction. I was like, oh God.
I just want to check, were you trying to lie about saying that yes, you were going to accept this deal or not?
No, I think she's being honest. She genuinely doesn't think she has another option.
Okay, I was just seeing if we were going to do a roll off or not. All right, I will let Charlie, because Charlie's having the breakdown. Do you want to be Trekkie? Do you want 1 and 2 or 3 and 4?
3 and 4.
All right, 3 and
I'm
4 is
also trying to fix my internet issue. So
you're fine. Work on your internet issue for a bit. Then 1 and 2 is weird, and 3 and 4 will be Trekkie. That is a wait. I'm sorry. Did you say 3 and 4? You want a Trekkie, and I just swapped the numbers? Okay. I don't know if I said it. Who fuck knows what I'm doing. It was a 1. So, Everett, you get to go wake up. You get to go wake up Ami.
Okay. All right. Everett will walk over to Ami, and is she just like in a booth? Like just sprawled out in a booth?
Yeah, I gave you all the choice to decide if you were in booths or you were at like a table or whatever, but it's her and Volty like sitting there. I imagine Volty just has been not moving at all.
I
she's
forgot
just
about
kind of
Volty.
looking really, yep, Volty's there and she's looking tense because Charlie's looking tense. So Volty is eyeballing between Charlie and this man back and forth pretty quickly.
Okay. Well, then first she will look at Volty and say, we need to go along with what's happening right now. Do you understand?
Charlie, are we doing what Everett says, or are we just doing our own thing? Am I hitting this guy in the face, or are we doing what Everett wants me to do? Sorry, Everett, I listened to Charlie. That's who I owe my debt to, not you. I apologize. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
For now, yes. Let's Everett, all right?
Yeah.
I don't like this.
All
It's
right.
so gross.
All right,
I just need that to be clear. Weird feels gross. Okay, she will get pretty close to Ami and put a hand over Ami's mouth and get ready, like as close to interface as she can, and then shake her. Ami, it's all right. Breathe with me. I'm panicking. Can you breathe with me? One more. Excellent. I feel so much better. Thank you so much. All right.
Okay. Okay.
So
What happened?
can you listen to me? So some things have happened.
Okay.
But I need you to trust me. If you can trust me and we can hear this man out, we might find out what really happened to the cataclysm. What really caused it.
What? He
Yes.
knows about it?
He might. I don't know, but I think he might. I think he might have some information, so we can at least take what he gives us, and we can go from there. Can you listen to him?
Yes.
Excellent.
And then I get to kill him, right?
No promises.
Our therapist. So that means he killed our therapist. So I have to kill him. That's kind of how things work.
I don't think that's how that works. But
Okay,
can I have a hug?
Therapist? Well, honey, of course you can.
I'm so stressed out right now. Can I have a hug?
She's giving you a big hug.
Okay.
You kind of feel you're going to feel her body just shake a little bit, but she's hugging you because even though she had this wake up and everything, it's still compounding her feelings because like some of the stuff is coming back, and I have a feeling that she actually didn't like dream. I think that it was like literally like it was like darkness, and like she was there, she was upset, and now she's awake. Mm-hmm. Like nothing for her past. Mm-hmm. So, so she's just like, okay.
We'll get through this.
Was this a good enough hug? Are you okay with this? Was this a good hug?
Just another moment.
Okay.
Basically just going to keep holding you until you stop shaking.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. I feel so much better. You give the best hugs.
Oh, well, thank you. That is so sweet. This is why I tell you not to tell the rest of them, but that's why you're my favorite best friend.
Oh, Ami, thank you. You're so sweet. And then she will grab Ami's hand and sit down next to her and like do that thing where like you put both your hands on someone else's hand and like put it in like on your lap. That's what she's going to do.
Okay. Can you roll me either insight or perception and just let me know what you get? You opening a pen.
Yes, ma'am. Hold on.
I appreciate it.
A nat 20.
Oh, fuck.
Thanks.
Do you want me to add the stat or whatever?
No. Okay. No, but there's a nat 20. I mean, now you got to fucking take another inspiration. And if you have 3, you have to give it to someone else because I think 3 is enough for people to hold on to. I don't count them. You do. So you can lie to me, but that's fine. That's on your conscience if you like.
I do have 3.
You get to pick someone to give it to.
I will give it to Sassy.
Yay!
Even though I said that Everett was her bestest friend.
Yes.
Yay! Thank you.
You notice a few things. One, you can see very quickly without the others noticing that Voltaire just like wipes a tear from her eye after that interaction. And it's not the tear like, I'm so happy about the two of them. It's the tear like, her feelings are hurt and she just kind of like isn't really making eye contact with anyone. It's well hidden. And because I did roll pretty well for her to hide that from everybody. And then you also know, I will say with this nat 20, I will give you this. This man is not a good man, but you don't think he is lying about what he's going to tell you all, like that he's actually going to tell you something. Like you do believe that much. You don't necessarily think he's a good person at all. If he is a person, we don't know yet. Elf, whatever. But you would say that you don't think he's fibbing. So I will give you that for what you rolled. The roll was just to see if you caught Vaulty having a little bit of a tear moment there or not. Okay, so you have Ami's awake, not doing anything. Well, I mean, Ami's awake, didn't try and murder anyone. Everett's sitting next to Ami. Vaulty's there. Charlie is now up to try and wake up Siddy as best as possible. I will say this gentleman has gone back behind the bar and he looks like he's making drinks at this point, just really comfortably making himself at home.
Okay. Okay. So she clocks that and So she's very curious about how to test his boundaries, I think, because he can see Morty. And
I'm so excited for this.
The others are already suspicious of her with the sending stone and things like that. And I think because they've been in deep water and they've just with everything going on, and it seems like they're going to get more connected and thrown into shit, she's just going to go for it and be like, so I see that you can see my friend Morty, but I do want to have a conversation about that a little bit later after I wake up our other friend here. And she walks over to Siddy and gently taps her on the shoulder to try and wake her up.
Siddy does not like being startled awake. So with disadvantage, she's gonna roll an unarmed strike.
Fuck's sake, I'm squishy as shit, Squishy.
You cast mage armor, right? You're fine. You have mage armor on.
I did.
This is what happens when you wake me up, by the way, is I kick.
10 or... Come on.
Believe that.
Come on. Where's my mouse? My mouse is deciding beater. Okay. Well, I'm glad that was at disadvantage because it's either a 10 or a 23 to hit for 3 damage.
I'm very glad. My armor class is, 13 right now. So, yeah, you miss. So are you like punching?
She's slapping. She's like slapping there. It's like, what? And she just.
Fuck's sake! Like, I'm just trying to wake you up. Stop it! Oh my gosh!
Why was I asleep? I don't remember falling asleep. Where did Mr. Nice drink of water go? Oh, no! I scared him off.
Don't worry. He'll be back later. No, you didn't. He'll be back later. We just had some company who we have to hear out because there's things going on and we need information, all right?
Oh,
he'll be back. That cold glass of water will be back. She looks very uncomfortable saying that out loud.
Does Siddy clock Liam? Is she aware of him?
It's pretty impossible for him to. He's literally like back behind the bar, like shaking martini glasses, basically, just like making drinks and making a big show of it. He's made himself at home.
It's like, you, where is my grandmother?
Whoa. I told you we got to hear him out. We'll get all the information. All right. And she starts to hold her back, I'm sure. And it's just
Does Siddy try and push past Charlie to go after this man, or does she just let it happen?
What did the dice say? Let's roll a d20. What do you do? Well, that was an 18. So cooler heads prevail for now.
Right. And then the other question I have is, does Charlie give Siddy the card that was left for her? Or is that for a later time? Is that for an emergency moment? Is that a curiosity?
Is that for if Siddy is good and plays along, she gets the reward?
No, I don't think Charlie would be that petty. She cares about people. Like, she's a grumpy ass bitch, but she's not that petty. So she, after like calming her down and like holding her back, she'd be like, "Here, see, he'll be back, all right?" And gives her the card.
Oh my! And she just kind of holds it up. It's like examines it. It's like,
yeah, it's just like his official like special wizards unit card or whatever, and then on the back is like his personal Motorola sending zone number. And it just says like hot dish with a question mark. After that is all that it says on there. You're making me, Trekkie, you're offended me. Like you don't, like you're not excited for Siddy to have met someone. Remember her ex-husband, bad man.
Ship it, Jesus. Yep. No, I just think it's very funny. The like hot dish question mark. It's very cute.
He knows a good place you can get hot dishes at. You know what I mean? He's a man of culture. All right. So everyone is awake. You can kind of hear Glinda grumbling in the background a little bit to Leland is all that you know is his name. And our friend is making drinks at the bar, and he kind of sits out these drinks in front of him, one for everyone, including Volty, including Glinda and Leland, and including Morty. And he's just going to go, right, just one moment. And he's going to like snap his fingers, and no one notices anything except for Charlie. You notice that there's no more sounds from Fred and Drick. It's just quiet, and they're just gone. And he's going to be like, all right, much better. Nobody likes when things are that loud in a room now, do they? And say, ladies, Leland, if you would join me. Morty, I made you a drink. Yes, Charlie, I can see Morty. It's up to you whether or not you tell your friends who he is. That's not my position of power in this situation. My position of power is over Everett. And it's been a long time coming, but that's something that Everett and I will discuss later on our own. It'll be lovely. We'll go to dinner. We'll enjoy ourselves. We'll arrange this deal and get it all signed on paper, just the two of us. Now, to go through things briefly before my friend comes up and actually has a conversation with you. Leland, yours is non-alcoholic. Don't worry, I know how you feel about alcohol, friend. I'm going to give you all just a couple of little rundowns. One, stop fucking up. I don't want to work with people who fuck up everything, and the four of you have done nothing but fuck up. That includes you, Voltaire. Your family would be disappointed. And like, only Charlie notices. You just kind of hear like Volty like sniff just a little bit. He's going to go, now, as for Tia has made it home safely. We have given out all of the leftovers. I am nothing if not a man of my word, and I escorted her home. As I said I would. You're welcome. Now, Army, for you specifically, I will say that one Windeer says hello, and that she knows exactly where you are, and that she's expecting you to return what you've taken from her. I don't know if I can help with that, because, well, that's a bit out of your price range to pay for my services on that. Or you could talk to Everett after she and I have a conversation and see if that's a price you're willing to pay as well. Now, on to the next order of business of what I will say for all of you. What you think is happening is not what is happening in this city. I will let you know. Leland will explain it a little bit better. Lim wasn't who you thought she was. Now, you are all welcome that I took care of her before she took care of you. There's a point of paranoia that gets everyone killed. Army, you're about 2 steps away from getting there yourself, and is Everett. You should both maybe calm down on your own private investigations a bit. It's very noticeable. There are eyes that run everywhere in this city, just like there are hands that follow all of us. Now, my name, for those of you who don't know, is Liam Hudson. I dabble in a little bit of everything, but I have found that I am exceptionally good at finding leverage and utilizing that leverage to make it to where people can't do things unless I want them to. So the leverage that I have utilized currently is that you will all be able to continue your investigation into this under my direct oversight, of course, so I know that it's all going correctly, and I will keep you out of prison. That is the best I can offer you, and that is all I am going to offer you, because with the interviews you just gave, you're all about to go to fucking prison. Like, who talks to anyone that way? You should all be smarter. It's insane to me. I understand that I'm brash and that you don't want to hear what I have to say, but all of you have bigger problems, and I am your best bet at getting the fuck out of them. Now I'm going to drink my martini, I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to let Leland tell you what's going on. And watch out for Glinda. Not only does she stab, she hits, and one of you might know that she has a grudge against someone that you know quite well. And then he's just going to kind of step back and drink his martini. Glinda looks confused as shit because she has no idea what he's talking about. Weird does, or Everett does. Everett knows. You rolled about this before. You know who this person has a grudge against. Only you can decide if you say something, just like only Charlie can decide if they say anything about Morty. If people don't believe him, you can try and roll like insight or anything to see if you think he's full of shit for what he's saying. I will not stop you. This is a dice game. We love to roll dice. You could do investigation. Tell me how I know Weird fucking loves investigation, so we'll give that. And you can also do perception, insight, perception, investigation. I don't really think there's anything else unless you wanted to go with like a survival check to see if you could notice anything specific would be the options I would give. No one has to roll, but you can.
Everett believes him. No, Everett believes him.
Ami, Siddy, Charlie.
Ami, the fact that he brought up what he did about Windeer and what she has, or what she knows that Ami has, that's got her double taking exactly, because there's a lot of trauma right there. And just the fact of mentioning her name and so she's kind of thinking twice.
Siddy doesn't trust him, but she trusts Charlie and Everett. And the only reason this guy hasn't gotten a frying pan to the face is because she is trying to play nice. So she's just sitting there with a big, like, gritted teeth smile, like, okay, fine, let's listen to this fellow. And her eyes twitching a little bit. Somebody might want to disarm her.
Oh, fuck.
And Charlie?
Is it obvious? Like, can Everett notice that I need to disarm her?
Is Squishy, is it obvious?
Catch that.
Usually Sam's the one that says, like, roll perception, roll insight, or... How bad is it? She got a 15, so it's kind of obvious.
Okay.
Okay.
Charlie. Oh, poor Charlie. She is... Obviously, she knows that, like, this dude knows a bunch of secrets about all of us and has more information. She is very much wanting to get all the information. And I think she is shocked because the other two are talking about, like, he mentioned that Ami and Everett are doing investigations, and so I think she wants to see how it plays out, and she walks up to the bar and grabs a drink, and she says, well, it seems that you know everything about us, and yes, we do need to know what's going on, but for all that extra information, are you gonna give it to us or are you gonna charge?
He's just gonna look at you and kind of smile and say, oh, well, if it's helpful, my attorney fees have already been paid for. And for the rest of everything, I will be being paid more than I could ever ask for. And I'm just going to go, well, the attorney fees were paid for by Ami's mother. I'm just going to smile and say, she has a vested interest in specific things in the city, and it has brought her back here. You would probably want to ask your friend about that and not me. And he's like, and just kind of looks over at Siddy and goes, and if you try and hit me in the face, I will personally take your frying pan and I will melt it in front of you. Now, if you would sit down and please have a drink. And he's going to like reach beside him and slide just like a plate of pie. He's like, this is from your grandmother to bring to you. As she said, sometimes sweets help you calm down when you're being a little bit angry. And he just kind of sits it right in front of you. And you could tell that it is a Granny Tia pie. And I wouldn't call the man like irritated by any means, but I think anyone can kind of tell that he is probably already questioning like if any of this is worth it in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, no, Everett.
Yeah.
Sorry, Everett is glaring daggers at everybody. Like, basically, she's trying to communicate with her face. We are so fucking outclassed right now. We already fucked it up with the SW. Just like stop talking. I don't know if you want me to roll something like performance.
Roll insight.
Do you want me to roll performance or something for like how well I communicate that?
I believe you communicate it well. I think you have to convince the others. Myself, I think you have to convince them, not the DM. DM's on board with you, Weird. I don't know about the others.
Okay, I rolled 23 for insight.
Okay.
So I think I almost said Everett. Charlie, she takes the drink from the bar and sits, but she also kind of steers Volty and Morty to sit by her at the end of the bar because one of them will be empty, according to everyone else.
He does put a glass in front of Volty that is like a milkshake. And she kind of starts drinking on that. And she looks completely and just like excitement about having this. And she's like, oh, this is just, oh my goodness, this is so good. I'd really been hoping for something like this. I like sweets too sometimes. I was pretty grumpy earlier and I stabbed someone today. And he's just going to kind of smile and nod to listen to her. And then he like slides one more glass down. And to everyone else, it just looks like an empty glass. But Charlie, you can see that like there's a drink in this glass. But only you can see it, you're assuming, and probably Morty. No one else sees anything. And he just kind of slides it down to where the empty seat is and just like looks at you, Charlie, and just kind of like shakes his head a bit. And he's like, I'm not lying to any of you. I am unhappy about this situation as I have been running around like an idiot and I have had to change my suit not once, not twice, but 3 times today. Because it was dirty. He's like, now if you could all just stop being yourselves for 5 minutes and let Leland talk to you, you might be better off. I know you all have a hard time listening and you don't do the best at communicating, but if you would just let him speak, it might help.
I am fucking listening, you asshole. And she sits down.
Well,
go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Siddy has her gritted smile on. It's like, well, how about we all have a piece of pie as a peace offering and we will sit and listen. Mostly making sure that if this thing is poisoned, we're all going to eat it, including him. But she's going to do it in the most Midwestern passive-aggressive way.
I love it. And what does Ami do?
So, no, go ahead.
Well, so here's the deal. So Ami rolled a 21.
Mm-hmm.
And she has calmed down from when she woke up. And she's kind of following Everett's lead a bit. And in everything that he's saying, and the fact that he's saying that her mother, the minute he mentioned that her mother, that Windir paid for his services, she's immediately suspicious, even more so of him. But she's willing to sit and listen, because he also said that Tia, her grandma, is safe and well. So she wants to kind of see where this is playing out. She did hear the part about, about her investigations, but she's still going to be looking into it one way or the other. So, but she'll just try to be more subtle about it. As subtle as she can be.
Perfect. So a few things are going to happen. Because this is a very perceptive man, especially with what he rolled. So Charlie, as you go to sit back, your chair inexplicably falls, your bar stool just out of your way. You land flat on your ass on the floor, spilling your drink all over yourself. Siddy, as you mentioned the pie, I just need a charisma saving throw from you really quick.
Sharky wants to punch this guy.
Well, that's an 8, so not very good.
You are now just indifferent to this guy. You're no longer hostile towards him. You are just feeling indifferent. He's fine. Just like I said, just indifferent. That's all it is. Like, it doesn't make you like him or anything like that. You just feel pretty indifferent to him. And I think for Ami, he's just going to kind of smile at you and wink. And just look at you and be like, I understand that you're mad about that, but your mother's the only person who could afford my price tag. And also she's pretty pissed at you right now. And so I'm also buying you time for her to not have you arrested because she knows. Just kind of like looks you dead in the eye. Like you can roll. You said you rolled high on like your insight. He is not lying to you. Like, he just kind of looks at you and he's like, I'm buying you time. And that is the best that I can offer to any of you right now is time. Hate me all you want. Charlie, stop giving me looks like that or I will do more than not a drink on you. All right?
Fuck off. I'm listening, all right? We need the information, okay? So you said...
Charlie!
This guy... You said
Shut
this guy...
the fuck up.
I'm trying to get the information. I'm
Charlie,
trying to get the other guy to talk to us.
Stop talking. Please.
It's not my fault.
Please.
Fine. I'm sitting. Morty, help me up.
I feel like every single person in this is like a 14 or 15-year-old gal just going through puberty, and this whole scene, except for this man, just like the mood swings that are happening are so epic.
Technically for Ami, that's about right.
I was going to say Ami checks because Ami is, the others don't.
Everett doesn't want to die.
Siddy's gonna start handing out the pie and make sure Liam gets a nice big piece.
Oh, God.
You are completely indifferent to him, but you can give him a big piece and he will, before anybody else, start biting, like eating it. And he will go around and just take a bite out of every single slice you make and be like, are you really that worried that your own grandmother would poison you? I hope you all enjoy eating after me. Yes, I brushed my teeth this morning.
Well, if Siddy was in her own mind, she would have said, like, my grandmother, no. You, however, are the one giving the pie, but she is indifferent to him, so these thoughts don't come to her.
That's fair. He's just, I think also Ami rolled high enough on like insight to notice that like, and Everett might know, I can't remember what was rolled there, but like you can get the sense that this man's patience is beginning to wear very thin. Like you can get the sense that while he is being as friendly as he is able to, his patience is wearing out, and he's going to just kind of smile tersely and be like, right, I'm going to let Leland come speak to all of you now, and I'm going to just stretch my legs for a bit. I won't be far though. Don't worry. And he's going to kind of walk off just a little bit after finishing his whole first martini and like grabbing a second one. And the professor kind of walks up and looks at all of you individually in different varying amounts of, I'm going to think the expression is, holy fuck, this guy wasn't lying about the fact that you all cannot keep your mouths shut and keep yourselves out of trouble, is kind of like the look that this man has on his face. And he's going to say, okay, well, this wasn't really my plan for the day. My name is Leland Shortson. I am a professor at our local magic school, the college. I specialize in historical events. I've spent the past 5 years studying the cataclysm and what happened. I had a whole speech prepared, but I don't know how any of you will listen. Please don't interrupt me. I do not want to be cussed at right now. And you just hear Glenda be like, I fucking told you so. They're all fucking crazy. Why do you think I stopped going to the group? You assume Glenda has gotten more drinks at this point in time. If you all remember from episodes ago, when you opened up the journal, Lynn, you were all able to remember Glenda Shoemaker varying levels. You all knew that she attended group with you and she left pretty early on. Lim had also written that she thought she and Ami were conspiracy theorists. I'm having a difficult time talking tonight. Maybe I'm drunk and I don't know it. Or maybe I just want to be for this whole part. So Leland is going to kind of sit there and be like, I don't know. What do you all know about what happened that day? If you could give me a brief, please. Please briefly just tell me what you know about what happened that day. And then I can give you what I've been learning. And he'll just kind of wait for whoever to speak.
I think Ami will probably be the first up because obviously she wants to know what, the actual truth. Whether or not she'll believe whatever this guy says, of course, is up to her. But she will say, well, I'll tell you what happened that day. So my dad went off to work into the city as he normally did. And he was at a building, and the building that he was in, he was trying to work with the crew to get a wall moved away so that they were putting in a new area in the shop. And so then apparently, from what I've been able to discern, there was some sort of something that happened, apparently the cataclysm, that shook the building, and apparently the roof was going to fall in. But what I've been told by some people was that he was there holding the ceiling up to let other people out. But other people said that no, that he was held in place and the building fell on him. So like as if by some sort of force, that it wasn't a natural thing. It wasn't that he lacked his strength because he was a very, very strong man. And it was because some mystical force held him in place and let the building drop on him, which I'm more leaning towards.
Okay. Thank you for that quick description. And you don't have the body of your father, right? There was no actual real body recovered?
No, there wasn't.
Thank you. Next, please.
Well, I don't know as much as everyone else. I got held up at home, and then once I got to my restaurant, all the windows were blown out. Many people lost their lives, yet somehow my ex-husband still survived. But I don't know that much.
Okay. And either you, and kind of looks between Everett and Charlie, looking more nervous as he looks back and forth between the two of them. Wild cards. He doesn't say that. I say that as a person.
I feel like Everett's the least wild card of this group right now.
Oh, yeah. No, Everett's actually been super impressive. I'm very proud of her. I'd like you to know. Very proud of Everett for this session.
She will look at Charlie, and if Charlie looks like she's about to speak, no? Okay. Then Everett will say, well, I know what everyone else was told about the cataclysm. Personally, I am... And is Liam still in the building, or did he leave?
He's still in the building. He's just kind of gone back, like having, he still hears all of this. He's not giving anyone the impression that he has left. Like, he's listening. I think everyone knows this.
Because she wants him to hear this, because he kind of gave her the impression that he didn't believe her when she said that she doesn't remember. So she's going to raise her voice a little bit and say, I don't remember about 3 days before the cataclysm or the cataclysm day itself. I woke up in the aftermath, slightly injured, with no memory. That's what I know.
Just gonna go. All right. And you, ma'am, Morty has done his best to help Charlie up off the floor, by the way. I don't know how much a ghost can help a person stand up, but you felt him trying the best he could. I don't think he has a lot of power. If you needed it, Vaulty would have helped you officially, but she is pretty happy about her milkshake. And you still notice from your nat 20 that she will not look at Ami or Everett. She will just look at her drink, and she is not looking at them at all. She's just drinking her milkshake, swinging her little feet off of her stool.
Okay. Charlie looks at this professor and just says, well, I mean, I was just in the shop and heard a bunch of, explosions and things, and then all of a sudden I came out from the back and my mother was gone. So I don't really know what happened too much. Yeah, she just disappeared.
Right. Well, those are pretty kind of common stories. Everyone has a different theory on what happened that day. I'm going to be honest with you. I have been forcibly removed from my office at the school. And part of why we are sharing this is I would like the four of you to go retrieve some important hidden information there. Mr. Hudson has said that you are all trustworthy enough to share specific things with. I can tell you what I know. I specialize in, some might call it tinkering or making things or mechanical stuff, so on and so forth. So after the cataclysm, I began to investigate, and I noticed strange things from ground zero on. For example, adamantine armor, it's insanely difficult to melt. And an explosion of that level wouldn't have just left nothing behind. You would have seen melted pieces of armor. And even if everyone in the area was wearing it, there would have been something there. If it was just an explosion that hot, there should have been signs of weaponry or armor, anything. There was nothing. There was no anything left behind. There was never a single body located within the blast radius of the cataclysm. So that led me to begin to think, well, no one got in there to clean it all up. It took years for us to repair the city. How has no one found out any evidence about it? In which case, I ended up meeting Glinda, who has some theories of her own. And you just hear Glinda in the back, I've got theories about all of this. That's what happens when they get involved. The government do this. And he's just like, Glinda, I thought we'd said we weren't going to drink as much today. And she's like, oh, go fuck yourselves. I got stabbed. And just kind of, Glinda's just like meandering about being Glinda. And he kind of says that, hold on, I have this in my notes, but it's not in front of me. And he's just going to say the truth is, he's like, the truth of what I have in my office, I believe, is able to prove that the cataclysm was not an explosion, but a premeditated magical event. And I think that there are people who are making certain choices and have done certain things, and that it is not a coincidence that we haven't allowed any heroes guilds to come back into the city, that you don't hear about criminal guilds. I think that there's a lot more at play. About 3 years ago, there was an attempt on my life, and at that point, I met Mr. Hudson, who has kept me as safe as he has been able to over the past years while I've been working at the college as a day job and in my lab in the evening to test things. I have yet to be able to make any sort of explosion or reaction that I can get to be as hot as it would be to fully destroy any evidence of people dying or of the event. There was no blood, there was no clothing, there was no armor, there was nothing there, yet some form of an explosion happened that was precisely, to all of our measurements, 500 feet in diameter. Exactly. There's not a point in the cataclysm that went outside of that. Explosions don't work that way. They can be close, but you would maybe have 500 feet here, maybe 560, maybe 430. It was a perfectly circular, contained event of exactly 500 feet in diameter that happened in one place. And I am of the belief that someone or someones had more involvement in this. And I think that if we can get the information back from my office, we have a way to prove a lot more of what I've spoken about, some of the notes that I have made. I can only say at this point it is somewhat conjecture, but myself and some others who have been working hand in hand with Mr. Hudson about this are of the belief that all of the people involved in the cataclysm are not dead, and they have all been moved into a pocket plane.
Thank you for tuning into Good Plans, Bad Dice. This series stars Sassypants as Ametria, Ami, Bella Chathorn, Mossgrove, Squishy Werewolf as Obsidian, Siddy, Schmidt, Trekkie for Life 01 as Charlie Blackwood, Weird is All I've Got as Everett, and lurkingSam as the Dungeon Master. Good Plans, Bad Dice would like to thank Squishy Werewolf for the artwork. Our music is provided by No Copyright Songs. The track is Help Me, Help You by Shia Maisel and Clarks, and can be found at ncs.io or at their NCS YouTube channel. Thank you again for listening. Be sure to check us out live on Twitch Friday nights at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time or on video on demand after the live broadcast.